Good morning, Year 8. So we're going on with solving equations. This time we're going to do solving equations with letters on both sides. So the first thing you need to do is look at the terms containing the letter. Everything gets decided from there. You look at the numbers in front of the letters. And then you leave the bigger number of those where it is. You bring the other term containing the letter over to join it and remember to change its sign. So we're going to go through a few of them. So if we look at this first one, the letters are on both sides of the equation. So we need to get those y's together. So we're going to look at the 5y and the 3y and remember that this has got a plus in front of it. 5y and 3y, the bigger of those is 5. So we're going to keep the 5y where it is. And this 3y term, we're going to bring that over to join the 5y. So at the moment it's plus 3y. When we bring it across, we've got the opposite sign and it's minus 3y. On the other side of the equal sign, because we've got the letters here, we're going to have the numbers over here. So the 10 will stay where it is, and the plus 14 will come across here and become minus 14. So then we collect our like terms. We have 2y here, and we have minus 4 over there. Then we're just getting rid of the times 2 by dividing by 2. Remember to write it as a fraction and work it out on your calculator with your fraction key. Up here, let's try this one. So we have 3a here and a over here. A would be a 1 in front of it, so we've got 3a and 1a. The bigger of the two is 3a. We're going to keep that where it is. The 1a is going to come across. Remember, it's a positive 1. So when it comes across, it will become a minus 1a. The numbers will be on the other side. So the minus 18 stays where it is. The plus 6 is going to come across and join it and become minus 6, the opposite sign. Collect your letters, 2a. Collect your numbers on your calculator, minus 24. We're now getting rid of the times 2 again. So we divide by 2 as a fraction and put it in your fraction key on your calculator. The next question, we have 8p and minus 3p. The bigger number is 8p. So we're going to keep the 8p where it is. Minus 3p comes across and becomes plus 3p when it moves to the other side. And on the other side we have our numbers. The 10 stays where it is. Minus 15 comes across to join it and changes its sign to plus 15. Collect your like terms, and we have 11p equals 25. After that, we're getting rid of the times 11. So we want to come over to the opposite, which is divide by 11. Write that as a fraction. And when you put that in your calculator fraction key, it doesn't change. So that's our answer, 25 over 11. P equals 25 over 11. Okay, in question 4. This is where they become a little bit harder. Concentrate on it. We've got minus 4x and minus 2x. We have to look at the bigger number. So the bigger out of minus 4 and minus 2 is minus 2. So we're going to keep the minus 2x where it is. The minus 4x comes over to join it and becomes plus 4x. Numbers on the other side. Keep the 3. Move the plus 7 over to become minus 7. So when you're looking at those terms and trying to work out which is bigger when you've got a negative 4 and a negative 2, you can think of it as which one is furthest to the right on the number line, because that's where the bigger numbers are. And negative 2 is further to the right. Or you can think of it as which temperature would you rather be in? Would you rather be in minus 4 degrees Celsius temperature or minus 2 degrees Celsius? They're both cold, but minus 2 is a little bit warmer. So we'll keep the minus 2 where it is. Okay, when you collect your like terms, you get 2x there. And this will give you minus 4 on your calculator. And again, we're getting rid of this times 2 by putting it over 2 over here. Use your fraction key, and there's your answer. Over here, question 5. There's a lot less terms here. We'll deal with that in a minute. But we've got 3D and D. Remember, D has a number in front of 1 if there's no number there, so write the number in. The bigger of 3D and 1D is 3D. So we're keeping the 3D where it is. Bring the plus 1D over to become minus 1D. And the only number we have is this 4, and it has to go to the other side. So the plus 4 comes over to become minus 4. If we collect this together, we have 2D equals minus 4. Then we're going to get rid of the times 2 by putting it over 2 and working it out on your calculator fraction key. The last one here is number 6. Same thing again. We have 5n and minus 11n. The bigger of those is 5. So we're keeping the 5n here. Move the minus 11n across to become plus 11n. That means the numbers are all on the other side, so we'll keep our 9 here. And the minus 5 comes across to become plus 5. When you collect your like terms, we have 16n equals 14. We need to get rid of the times 16. So we come over here and divide by 16. Put all that in your fraction key, and your answer is n equals 7/8. So in all of these, we have majority rules. Okay, so when you're looking at your letters, we're looking for the bigger of the numbers in front of the letter. So when you're looking at these, majority rules. The biggest one is 5y, it stays where it is. Okay, it's like when you're playing a sport or a team game, there's 2 teams and you're trying to work out what you want to do together, and you've got a bunch of friends, maybe 10 friends, and you go, oh, what are we going to do? We're going to go to the beach, or we're going to go to the movies, if we could go to the movies or the beach at the moment. And most people might say, let's go to the movies, so that's where you would go. Majority rules. Okay, so that's what we're doing for here. The reason we're doing that, even though it doesn't really matter, you might see some other boys that take everything to the side where the lower number is, and that would still work out the same answer, but the only problem with that is that you will end up dividing by a negative number. We haven't divided by a negative number anywhere in these questions. If you divide by a negative number, there's just an extra little risk that you might make an error in something. Okay, so we're trying to avoid that possibility of making an extra error, so we're always going to do it with majority rules. Good luck with your homework, boys.